I just turned my nephew, who just turned 11 years old, so cute, into a multi-millionaire. That is right, 11-year-old multi-millionaire. Now, he's not a millionaire today, but I pretty much guarantee that in the next 30 to 40 years, if he keeps up this investment strategy, which I'm about to unpack for you guys, he will be swimming in millions of dollars. So let's dive into it. What's up, guys? This is your boy Kenny Finance, and today we're doing it for the kids. That's right. If you have children, if you have a niece, a nephew, a cousin, a loved one, a friend, a goddaughter, a godson, whoever it is, if they're under 18 and you want them to make smart money moves, well, first and foremost, get them to subscribe to the Kenny Finance channel. But two, I want you all to unlock this strategy that I use for my nephew to have $1 million investment strategy. So this video is all about unlocking generational wealth for the kids that come after us. And in this video, we're going to unpack a few things. Number one, why open accounts early for kids. Number two, the best accounts to open. And then three, my nephew's $1 million playbook. So these three things are coming right up, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Why is it important for you to open accounts for kids? Well, first and foremost, it's the right thing to do because your financial circumstances, you do not want to pass that stuff over to the kids that are coming after you. It's called generational wealth for a reason. We don't want to pass down generational BS, generational trauma, generational debt. We want to pass down generational wealth. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty young right now. I have no kids, but the kids that I do have, they're going to be hopefully multi-millionaires because of the investments that I passed down, because of the playbooks that I passed down, and more importantly, the financial literacy that I bestow into the kids. And what better way to do that than get them to have skin in the game as early as they possibly can. So number one, the main reason why I think it makes total sense to open up investment accounts for kids is one, the time advantage. And this is because the name of the game in investing is to invest as early as you can and wait as long as you possibly can. And if you have a child that is like born on day one, you could give them 18 years of a head start on compound interest. And FYI, we'll get into this later in the video, you can actually open up accounts for kids that were just born. So give them that 18-year head start. And I don't know the exact numbers, but like if you have $200 per month, so $2,400 per year invested into the market for that kid, and you get like a 10% plus return in 18 years, they're already sitting at over $100,000 just for like being born into someone that watched Kenny Finance. But I'm just saying, take advantage of the time that you can give to your kids by investing as early as you can for them. It's a game changer. Number two, financial education. And one of the best things you can pass down to your kids is generational financial literacy. And once they hit a certain age where they can comprehend what money and investing and markets and stuff are, let them know that they have these accounts and let them know that this stuff is growing and that the perk of having an account this early is that they take advantage of compound interest. So bestow the habits of teaching about money, teaching about saving, teaching about budgeting, and more importantly, investing, because it gives them, one, the fast track to making a bunch of money in the markets, but then two, it gives them the resources and the knowledge they need to, once they're 18 and they're adults, they can continue to make smart money moves. So why not teach this stuff to your kids as early as possible? And the best way to teach it, give them an account. Let them get some skin in the game. And then lastly, the other reason why I think it's hyper important is that it gives them long-term financial security for both you and them. You can think of it also as like you making your kids a saving account. If they do right by it, it's going to grow. And when you're old, they can possibly take care of you. You're kind of taking care of your financial security in the long term as well. But more importantly, it gives them the financial foundation to start making very strong and positive decisions when it comes to their money. So I'm going to dive into different accounts that we should open when it comes to the kids. But before that, I want you to just take a moment and check and see, how are you doing financially? Are you sitting in a bunch of debt that has high interest? Do you not have an emergency savings fund? Do you not have an investment account? If those three things are right, then I don't think you should be opening an account for a kid. Like, take care of yourself first, because you're gonna need the one to have savings, to have a home, to pay the bills, etc. So make sure you are in a very strong and solid financial position, and the surplus of everything that you have after you take care of your smart financial playbook, and put that into the kids' account, okay? But first and foremost, maximize everything that you possibly can in your saving, investing, and budgeting portfolio. All right, let's dive into this. So the best accounts to open for the kids. Number one, a 529 savings account. So this is a tax advantage account where you can put money into it and let it grow tax-free if you use it for qualified educational expenses for your kid. This means tuition, this is books, etc. If college is a big thing that you want to have for your kids, you can use a 529 savings account, which you opened when they were very babies or kids, and you can use that to pay for college or books or whatever fees that are associated with educational expenses. And the benefits of having a 529 savings account is, first and foremost, there are no contribution limits. Anyone can open, anyone can contribute to these. But one of the secret sauces, like low-key pro tips that not everyone knows about, is that the unused funds, like once they're adults, the unused funds in the 529 savings account can actually roll over into a Roth IRA for that kid when they're an adult. And a Roth IRA is an individual retirement account that you can put after-tax money into, and it could grow tax-free. And that, my friends, is one of the biggest cheat codes to a 529 to an IRA conversion and having that locked and loaded. So you can start off by having a 529 account that's focused for school, pay off everything related to school, and then what's left over, transfer that into a Roth IRA. That's a pro tip. But keep in mind, if you spend money from that account on anything that is not education related, you have to pay taxes and you will have to pay a penalty fee of I think 10%. So don't do that. There are other accounts open if you just want to have general expenses. But first and foremost, open this 529 savings account if education is important for that particular child. Number 2, a custodial IRA. This is very much similar to a Roth IRA. But for this one, the child has to have earned income and the parents manage that account until the kid is 18 or older. But the thing is, this is essentially having 18 years worth of a head start for retirement for a kid. Because 1, they have to have earned income, so they have to be actually working. But then 2, it helps them understand that when they work, they should be using some of those dollars to save for an eventual retirement. So having a custodial IRA account is incredibly advantageous because it has the same perks as a Roth IRA, meaning that you put after-tax money inside of that account. You put it in the stock market where you can get 7% on average, or maybe 10%, or if you're invested in some of these AI stocks, 20, 30%, whatever it is. Say you get a 10% return, you can get that on average every single year for 18 years, and then it becomes a traditional IRA for them, and they can take access to that account and let that grow tax-free. When they retire officially at age 65, they're going to be sitting on nothing but bank. So open up that custodial investment retirement account if they have earned income, like a job, and it can't be allowances, like an actual job, and they can start contributing to their retirement. And the perks for this are kind of cool. Like I said, it grows tax-free. But then number 2, after 5 years of that account, the contributions, not the earnings, but the contributions, meaning what you put into that account, can be withdrawn tax-free after 5 years. But then also, you can pay no taxes on any expenses that are used for education. So it's kind of like you have the best of an IRA and a 529 account, but it's very flexible. Only thing is make sure your kid gets a job at Dairy Queen or working on a Foot Locker or something. But I would open that up for them as soon as you possibly can. The next one is having a simple brokerage account. And for this, you can think of this as any normal investment account that is for possibly teens or parent managed. So if it's parent managed, you're just having your kid as the primary account name or beneficiary. Or if it's teens, there are a lot of companies now that have investment apps and investment accounts designed for teens. So check out those. The thing is, there's probably not going to be any significant tax advantage. This is just simply having an investment account where they can buy ETFs, single stocks, crypto, whatever that may be, on these accounts in the brokerage for those kids. Now next, education savings accounts. And this is a really cool program that allows for you to have an account that is specifically for education purposes, but you can use it in an extremely flexible manner. So the 529 account that I mentioned earlier, that is mainly designed for paying for college or anything else once they're 18 and older. But an educational savings account, you can use that whenever you want if it's related to real-time educational needs. And what most people use this for is they use it to pay for tutoring, or they use it to pay for an alternative credit recovery program or an alternative school or homeschool equipment, whatever that may be. But it helps you do it in a tax advantage way. And there's contribution limits. And I think for this year, it's a $2,000 contribution limit, but it's an effective way for you to think creatively around having supplemental support for your kids' education. And lastly, there are other accounts that you can open, like a UGMA or a UTMA custodial accounts. And these are custodial accounts. Think of these as very simply any account that you have as an adult, whether it's a savings account, a checking account, or an investment account, you can open one that's very similar to that for a kid, where you act as the custodian or the boss or the person that makes the decisions. The thing is, it just gives the child access to that account at the right age, and it allows for them to preserve money. And the perks of that is, one, financial literacy, but then also compound interest by leaving money in the markets for a long period of time. So if you just had a kid, first and foremost, congratulations. We're happy for you. Welcome that boy or girl to the kidney finance community. And I want you to think about giving them the best possible gift you can ever give them. And that is 18 years of compounded growth in the stock market, so that by the time they become an adult, they can pop up and look in that account and say, holy woly, I have $10,000, $50,000, or $100,000 because my parents or my uncle or my auntie or my friends or my cousin invested in my account early for me, and they helped me be disciplined so that now I can make even better moves financially with this dollars that I have. So not everyone is fortunate or lucky enough to have a trust fund or a big gift from a super rich parent. But what everyone has access to do is have accounts open when they are kids to set themselves up to have a little bit of money to play with and a better foundation when they become adults. All right, so diving into the accounts that I opened for my adorable 11-year-old nephew. And for him, I opened him 2 accounts. Number 1, I opened him a Go Henry account. And this is a really cool account that gives kids debit cards, and it allows for you to put money into their account as they complete chores or they get allowances, etc. They even have this like cool feature where they can earn certain dollars per chore, like 50 cents for washing the dishes or 20 cents for brushing the teeth, whatever it may be. You shouldn't be paying kids for some of that stuff, but if you want to, you can. But I just simply have it to where if it's a birthday, I can like deposit $10 into their account. Or if they get the report card, I can give them $1 or $2 per A that they get on their report card. Now that's the checkings account / debit card that I opened for my nephew. And then diving into his second account, which is an Acorns Early account. And this is a traditional brokerage account for a kid, so he won't have access to this until he's 18. But the thing is, it allows for him to get 7 years of compounded Head Start interest, more than anyone else that's starting when they're 18. And for him, I put $100 on his birthday into this account. And the cadence, I'm possibly thinking $100 every birthday, or like $10 every month, whatever that may be. So that's the focus today. All right, so let's try to visualize what the investment portfolio is gonna look like for my nephew when he's an adult. So right now, I'm gonna put maybe $100 per month, so $1,200 a year into his account. And when he's 18, I'm gonna put $7,000 per year into his account. And with that type of investment, early as we possibly can, meaning 7 years before he's an adult, and then having him hold it till he's like 50 or 60, he's gonna be sitting at an account balance when he's, give me one moment. When he's 50 years old, he's gonna have about almost $900,000. Now when he's retirement age, 65, he's going to be looking at $2.5 million. That is crazy, all because his uncle wanted him to start as early as he possibly can in the stock market. So do the same for the kids that you care and love about and give them the hope of financial freedom. So if you guys like this video, I want you guys to smash that like button and make sure you guys to subscribe to the community, because whether you're an adult or a kid, I got content for all of you guys. Now, the key thing when you're passing down smart generational financial literacy, you want to pass down the investment habits, but you also want to pass down the mistakes that people mostly make when it comes to money. So check out this next video where I outline my 7 crazy money mistakes, and hopefully you can learn from them and the kids can learn from them too. So I appreciate you guys rocking with us. Give those kids the gift of their dreams and help them be millionaires when they're adults. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.